LimitBreakRadio.com. And now, it's the Post Show with Pops and Kooky. A discussion about what you just heard on Limit Break Radio and Final Encountercast. LimitBreakRadio.com.
What's going on, LBR and FEC listeners? It's the Post Show with Pops and Kooky.
Woot.
How was your week, Kooky?
Oh my gosh, it's been busy for me.
A whirlwind of happiness, I bet.
Yes.
Everybody, we had a special event happen this week. Wasn't that right, Kooky?
Yes.
Your birthday. You 22 again?
Oh, I wish. No. No. I turned the big 3-0.
Was it exciting?
On Thursday. It was actually very exciting. I was kind of on the fence whether I should announce it here or not.
Right.
But something did happen during my birthday.
Oh. Would you care to share, or is that a personal one?
Maybe I can share. Maybe in a little bit. Maybe not now, but
Okay.
just a little bit.
Okay.
How was your weekend?
It was kind of shitty.
Yeah.
Yeah, I finally, like I said, like we talked about earlier, I believe on LBR, my motherboard crashed.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, so what I did is I bought a new one, and that one wasn't cheap because of the certain processor I have. I have an i7 Intel processor, right? Mm-hmm. And I know this is going to sound a little tacky in that, and I apologize, but it's a socket, I believe, 2100, and I could only find 3 motherboards that would suit my needs, and so I was kind of limited. Now I missed out on the other processor, which was a 2100 V3, which has several different versions of motherboards, and yeah. So I had to spend a pretty big penny on getting that motherboard. I gave it to my tech friend because when I hooked up the motherboard correctly, put in all my drives, it didn't work. I only got the BIOS screen, that little startup screen. So I took it to my tech friend, and he had it for about a day. He also had to clean up a little wiring mess because I got mad, and I just jammed all the wires back into the computer. And it took him about a day to unravel my stupidity. And he came back to me and he said, yeah, the SSD that has your Windows is also shot.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. So
when it rains, it pours.
Yeah, that happened. That was yesterday. He told me about that. He's been working on it for about 2 or 3 days now. So I had to swallow my pride and said, okay, what do we do from here? He goes, well, we can put Windows on one of your other... See, I have 3 SSDs for certain things that I do at home, and a hard drive for all my storage. He said that we can put Windows on one of those drives, but you would lose all the information on those drives. No, please don't do that. What I'm going to do is have you throw away that old solid-state drive, and what we'll do is we'll purchase a brand new one and put Windows on it. So I'm getting a brand new Windows on there. Actually, my old Windows, because I have all the disks for that. And then I'm going to upgrade it to Windows 10 just to get it done and over with. So, yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah.
But I'm with S. Major on the chat. I am a console peasant, so it's all good for me.
There you go.
Hopefully I don't get that whole LBR PC curse that's going on right now.
Not yet. Let me tell you something about my console. A couple months ago, crashed.
No,
yes,
don't say that.
I'm not lying. My PS4 had a giant error with one of the updates, so I had to factory restore the operating system on that. Lost everything.
No.
Everything but my trophies that were saved on somebody else's, out there in the interwebs.
No, that's not going to happen with me. Do not say that.
No, I hope it doesn't, because it sucks. It's horrible. Ugh, but yeah.
It is what it is.
So how's Final Fantasy 14? Because I have no idea what's going on right now.
I haven't logged in since my birthday, so...
What? Oh, I was hoping that you did so you could inform me on what's going on. Have you gotten a room in the new FC house?
Actually, I did get a new room from the FC house.
Did you decorate it?
Not yet. It's not yet done.
Oh.
It's closed for now.
It's closed for under construction, right?
Under construction.
You know, that'd be awesome if we could like go down a hallway of these free companies and see like doorways and shit.
You know, that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, and some of these like yours is closed off because it's under construction, have like yellow tape on it. Right? I think that'd be badass.
Under construction. Sorry. Can't come in.
Exactly. Or like a do not disturb thing on the doorknob or something like that.
That would be pretty cool.
Right? So maybe we need a... Go ahead.
I do want to say the FC house is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
It's huge. I'm happy that we upgraded to something big like that from like a top floor, middle floor, and a bottom floor.
Right.
Because the only houses I've had was the small and the medium house.
Right.
So having a mansion makes everything so much more amazing.
Oh, it does, doesn't it? Funny thing, when I was on Hyperion with my fiance, she had a free company, and it was very small, and so we could only afford a small house, and they wouldn't allow time in order to buy a large house. Oh, about 4 months later, I finally had all the funds, and they released more housing to purchase said large house. So we had the big house. The free company had this little tiny little cottage. It was kind of funny.
Oh, that sucks.
And we had nothing in the large house because we never had time to put. I mean, we had all the manor music instruments and stuff like that in there, and a couple tables, and that was about it.
Oh, that sucks.
Right.
Bad glamour. Bad decorator.
Yeah, I told her I'd help, but I never did, so I'm more or less like on here, the letdown. So, yeah, I'm gonna try to get my crafters up there and try to help out next time, and maybe. Oh well, yeah, maybe. But yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Refine the chat that it is a subscriber only chat right now.
Yeah, yeah, guys. If you guys wanted to go ahead and chat with us, ask host questions, go right ahead and hit that subscribe button. And you guys can ask questions. And don't forget, we also have a Patreon page, patreon.com/limitbreakradio. Even $1 helps out. We have stretch goals on there. We do send out items. I know I'm a little behind on that, and once again, I'm a letdown.
What?
Well, I've told the guys why I haven't sent them out yet, because I'm waiting for other things so we can send out kind of like a big package.
Oh.
Instead of onesie-twosie things.
Okay.
What, you want me to send you got stuff waiting?
No, just kidding.
Oh, I mean,
take your time.
I am one of those guys that like getting, I get Loot Crate every month. And I like the big, packages where they have that sounded so wrong. Where they have a lot of stuff in there, and so instead of getting like maybe a dog chain here or a poster there, we're gonna send them everything.
Okay, that sounds good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like so Patreon, please wait.
Yeah.
Under construction.
Yeah.
Big yellow tape. Do not disturb.
I swear I will send things out. Promise.
It's out there.
It is. It's on my docket. So
today's shows.
Yeah. That
both ran over time.
Man, that FEC show was one of my favorites because I am not as big as a comic book nerd as a lot of these guys are, but I love comics. I have probably these 500 at home, and they're all older, probably from when these guys, including you, were probably under 10 years old. This is back in the 90s. I had a lot of comics. I brought a bunch of a bunch of collectible cards over for them to look at today, and oh god, I love comics.
Yeah, I didn't really get into the comics. I think it's just the movies that compelled me.
Yeah, I got back into it
as
with
it did with everyone else. But.
Right. The Nero, he liked the Iron Man is what dragged him back in, not dragged him, got him back into things. And
Right.
that is the same thing that happened to me. I was kind of skeptical because of all the other, like the Daredevils, the Punishers that came out. Oh my God, don't even get me started on those. The some of the X-Men were excellent early on, but then Iron Man came out, and was my eye opener. It was well written, well directed, and I have to say that throughout the whole MCU, they have hit on all cylinders their casting. I mean, I might be wrong with that, but I feel like in everything they've done so far, the casting has been spot on.
Are you talking about the movies?
Movies, shows, the Netflix shows.
Everything?
Yeah. They've hired the right people. What I'm trying to get, the right actors. Say like Tony Stark, the perfect person is Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, he is.
Chris Evans plays an amazing Captain America. Even Jeremy Renner and Scarlett Johansson. They're perfect fits. And that even goes into like the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. show. Of course, they have Coulson from the movie that came over, and all those guys, and even Daredevil. I thought they did an excellent job with Daredevil, and even Jessica Jones. I mean, I've seen all those, and I'm all caught up, even with season 2 of Daredevil, and they're all great.
Were we talking about the Daredevil TV show or the first movie with Ben Affleck?
Not the movie, please. No, let's make that straight. I'm talking about the Netflix show.
Okay.
Not the movie. The movie was abysmal. Oh God! Talk about a dumpster fire.
Although I've been hearing that, I haven't watched Batman versus Superman yet, but I hear that he did a good Batman.
I've heard the same thing too, but I've heard that movie was also a train wreck.
Oh, really?
I'm hoping not. I'm a huge Batman and Superman fan. I love.
No, wait. So you're more DC or Marvel then?
Movie-wise, Marvel. Comic book would be DC.
DC. Got it.
I like the stories that come out of DC more than the Marvel movies. I mean, Marvel Comics. Marvel Comics is more science-y and stuff like that. And DC is, in my opinion, especially like the Batmans, are more dark. And that's why that's what I prefer to read, is the darker, disturbing things.
Okay.
I mean, everybody has their favorite things. I tend to gravitate towards villains more for some reason.
Thus the dark and disturbing.
Yeah, exactly why I am a plant today, because I am hiding. But to me, the villains, the psychology behind all those DC villains it's completely amazing how these writers were able to formulate how some of these people are. Say like the Joker, or like the Riddler, or you have oh God, I'm trying to think of these other ones. I mean, not so much Doomsday and Superman, because he was more of a physical, imposing character than having a lot of dialogue.
Right.
I mean, it just keeps going on and on, but on the other hand, you also have Marvel that has like the science-y type of things. You got your X-Men. You have all the Stark stuff, the Fantastic Four, all this stuff that gravitates around science and stuff like that. It's pretty amazing.
I can't really get into it. I'm not that geeky. I'm sorry, guys.
It's all right.
I can look. Oh, look, eye candy. Oh, look, Batman looks so awesome in his suit. Oh, I'm gonna faint.
And that's what draws a lot of, you got the nerds and the geeks, and they're going to the movies and they want to bring a lady, and that's the eye candy for the ladies.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is.
That's how I'm bringing my fiance along with me. Say, hey, Ben Affleck, and I know you like Henry Cavill and stuff like that. Just sit there and watch it and let me be a nerd for a couple hours.
Whatever works.
Exactly. Oh my God. So oh my God, I just lost I think that's catching on around here, where we just lose thoughts. And I don't know where they go. But the FEC show was one of my favorites, I have to say, so far. I mean, I didn't contribute much to it, or do I ever to any other show?
You're in the background.
Yeah, I'm that creepy fucker in the background. But the the amazing thing was that we finally got all of us together, and we finally talked about something we all are passionate about, which is the MCU and stuff like that. And so everybody had their own input. I mean, it was a great show. That was one of my favorites.
It was a good show. Yes. Mm-hmm. It's like I could I basically sat back and listened. I'm like, oh, so that's what happened. Mm-hmm. Oh, I get this. But yeah, it was a really good show. Like they said, it could definitely be a different show altogether.
Right. And I want to take Robbie up on his little challenge on trying to find Stan Lee in those Daredevil shows. Because after he said that, I'm trying to think, was he in there? So now I'm going to have to really, really look to see where he's at.
Yeah. Has anyone in the chat found Stan Lee in the movie? Or was it TV shows or movies?
It was
TV show.
Yeah, it was the Daredevil on Netflix.
Yeah, that's right.
So now I'm going to have to go back and watch it again. Ugh, such a pain. No, I enjoy watching those shows. I've seen all two phases of the MCU probably at least 3 or 4 times. I have them all on Blu-ray. So it's pretty neat watching the outtakes and all the gag reels and stuff like that. It's pretty cool.
I haven't watched any of them yet.
Oh, really?
I'm stuck on Supernatural right now, trying to binge through all of it just at the end of this year.
Is that is that a good show? Because I've never watched.
I like the show. It's really good. I like the whole supernatural stuff. I mean, like in real life, I don't know. Please, I am not going anywhere near any horror houses, anything like that. No, but it's a good show.
But there's a lot of those out in Vegas. Oh, horror.
Okay.
No,
not that horror. You're horrible.
I am. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of places around the town I grew up in, a lot of old abandoned buildings that could be misconstrued as that. I know we have an old mental hospital over there that's abandoned, and a lot of drug people are in there now. But yeah, I mean, if you go like down a street or something like that and you see an old abandoned house, it's like a little bit boarded up and stuff like that. Are you going to walk on the other side of the street and then come back and walk back on the same side, or?
I would walk on the other side. I would not walk anywhere near it whatsoever. Please. I even have a hard time going to Not Scary Farm for, oh my gosh.
What?
I'd be hiding behind like a group of people and like walk fast through things, or I'm like staring at the ground so I don't look at the things around me.
Oh my God.
Please.
You're located in the upper northwest of the United States, right?
Or what? I'm sorry?
Are you out in California out on that side?
Southern California, yes.
So you guys probably don't have a lot of corn out there, right?
No.
Oh, so you miss out on the corn mazes.
No.
Oh my God. We have a crap ton of those out there. What these guys do is they grow corn, and then they cut out like a little pathway, so it's like a little maze in there, and they have people jump out of the corn and stuff like that.
No, thank you.
Oh, it's fun. It's fun.
No, that does not sound like a fun time.
Yeah, you get a few drinks in you, and you punch them in the face if they jump out at you.
It's horrible.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's a fun time. It is. It's what us Midwesterners do, drink and go out in the corn.
There's nothing else but cornfields out there.
Yeah, basically. You ain't lying there. Oh, God. So, LBR.
That was long, too.
Right.
We had so much callers today, too. We had a lot of first-time callers. We had like 7 first-time callers out of the 12 that came in.
How many were at the end of the show? Was there actually 7?
There was 7 on hold still.
Oh, man.
There was a lot of people.
Was one of those guys that Inero was yelling at from the forums?
No, None of them called.
Really?
Which is pretty hilarious. And Inero always calls them out. We call them out, too.
Right.
It's like, hey, you guys call us, but they don't call whatsoever. I mean, what are they scared of?
So you went and posted that link in the their forums, right?
I did post it on Reddit.
Nice. I mean, were those two? There was 2 of them that came late in the show, right?
I think so. 2 of them did come in.
Like
they were
BB
just
Boop Boop
chatting.
or whatever that guy's name
Yeah,
is.
they were chatting on the Twitch chat, but they never called whatsoever.
Bummer. Hoping they call next week or something like that. That would be exciting.
I mean, if they're listening still, go for it. Call in next week. Let me know.
Yeah, I can't handle people well, so I'm not going to take a call. I'm sorry. I'm just an ass like that. That's why they put me out back at my work in a shipping department in the returns area, because I just don't handle people very well. I'm not a people person.
What are you doing here then? I'm just kidding.
I'm not dealing with people. I just you, me, and the guys. It's a small group.
Yeah.
That I'm very comfortable with. Because I like y'all. I do. I mean, I might be an ass or something like that sometimes, but, you know, I like everybody here. I like the LBR family. The fans, you know, I was, and I still am, you know, one of you guys, you know. It's an awesome group of people. It really is.
Welcome you with open arms.
Yeah.
So someone in the chat earlier did say, who's that old Seth Rogen looking motherfucker in the back? When I saw that, I was like, wait, what? Old Seth Rogen.
Oh, man. That's a compliment, I have to say. That is a compliment. Yeah, I realize I got the curly hair, the beard, and that's about as far as it goes. 'Cause I know I need a haircut too, but yeah, that's as far as it goes.
Yeah.
I'm not as funny, and I'm not as high. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe you need to smoke a little more.
Maybe.
Man. So, going back to the whole Reddit thing, I just don't understand the problem with that Mythry had with him these idiots that wrote up on there like that. I really don't get it. You know, he was posting a thank you note, and he was going to repay it back.
Right.
But these idiots, you know, flame him. They don't know his total situation or anything else. And these guys, you know, write behind their screen that, you know, he should have sold this or that. But they don't know the whole fucking story.
I mean, that's what Mythry uses to make his content.
Exactly.
So why would he sell that?
Exactly. How stupid.
It doesn't make sense whatsoever.
It doesn't. Oh, my God. And, I mean, just his followers, you know, helped him out. It is pretty awesome within itself.
Yeah, it's not like they donated to him. It's, I don't know. They have no say in it if they didn't donate.
Right. I think of it as in advance. You know, somebody lends you some money and you pay it back. I don't know if he's paying them back or paying it within his channel back. I really don't know how he's going to do that. But, you know, good for him and good for, you know, all his people. Yeah,
definitely. I mean, it's like saying, hey, LBR me, sorry, we have to do this. Can you please donate? But I was like, wait, we will repay you back because we don't need it anymore. We would do that.
Yeah, definitely. We always pay it forward. You know,
right,
with content and other things like that, you know. Ugh, there's people. There's always one person in every crowd.
They're entitled.
Yeah.
That whole age of entitlement. Oh my God. Entitlement, it's whatever that word is.
No, you had it right. Entitlement, yeah. Yeah, I don't get it where the disconnect of people who, you know, help people out, you know, and work. And then there's that disconnect of people who want everything, like the entitlement people. I just don't get it.
Does not make sense whatsoever.
No. I mean, he works hard. You look at his content on YouTube. In fact, there's certain things that got me back into 14. There for a while, I was a very casual. Maybe once in a while, I used to play. And then I started wondering about crafting. And I always heard from my friends. Come on in, Rob. My other friends on there was a crafting rotation, and I was trying to figure out what the hell, this is just crafting. And then I started, you know, searching this crap on YouTube and stuff like that, and Mythry came up. And Mythry is the sole person who got me back into crafting, who got me started. So I learned, you know, he has all these steps, you know, here's what you do from this point to this point, and this, I mean, even all his other stuff that he explains, I mean, he works. If you watch his videos, he works at this stuff.
He does.
Ugh.
And he posts his schedule and everything up.
Yep.
So he keeps everyone involved with what's going on with his work content. And even if it's not in Final Fantasy 14 anymore, he does do other things with other games, and he tells his viewers, his audience, what he does.
Right. Oh,
Nate told me to come in and check. What do you want?
Watch on the show, man. Haven't seen you in a while.
Oh, you haven't seen me in a while?
Yeah.
Okay. So you want to sit down and talk to me?
Yeah.
I don't know if I can be in the same room as a bunch of fucking team Iron Manners.
Iron Manners?
Yeah.
We are the Iron Manners.
Well, I got manners going right now. It was supposed to you to sit down and have a fun talk.
I know, right.
Is this how the Captain Americaners are represented? It's all right. We're all one big happy family, I think.
We are.
What the hell happened to those?
I don't know. Scully is dumb.
So how have you been? I haven't literally seen you in about 3 weeks.
Yeah. It's been a minute. Damn, Scully's must be fucking deaf.
Those are Nero's.
Oh, are they?
Yes, I think Ascalia's has the.
Well, a Nero must be deaf.
Yeah, his are always set on loud.
All right. Yeah, that's better. I've been good. I mean, life goes pretty stellar when you know that you're always in the right. How have you guys been?
I guess for what you say, in the left.
No, wrong.
Wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's a point of view thing.
Don't be mad.
No, it's all right. I mean, it's the point of view. It's the Iron Manners and the Captain Americaners. Because you can, right? You guys can do the right thing. I'm really reaching here.
We do the right thing.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's been a minute since I've been here. What's up, guys?
So, I mean, what's new with you? Working a lot?
More than I'd like to.
Right.
I've been doing a lot of streaming, though. I mean, obviously, the past five, 6 days, I've been raising a lot of money.
Yeah, awesome job.
Mm-hmm.
And thank you, LBR, and everybody else.
Yeah, Kooky joined me one night. Been spending a lot more time with Skrull than I would have liked, than I'd like to admit. But yeah, it's
Are
going.
you guys besties now?
No, we're not besties.
Are you guys like sharing beds and everything?
No, that doesn't happen. He has this weird theory. Right, that he thinks that there's this theory from episodes 1 through 3 that Jar Jar Binks is actually a Sith Lord. Have you guys heard this before?
Yeah.
Skrull believes wholeheartedly in that to the point where it's embarrassing.
No shit.
Yeah.
See, I was an ass at work, and I told everybody about this, and I was dead honest. Like, you guys have to watch this. This is almost too good to be not true and stuff, and they totally believe me.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a cute theory, but Skrull, you need to lighten up. It's not true. That's
just sit back and chill a little bit.
Yeah, just chill out, man.
Yeah,
take your Jar Jar Binks fan fiction somewhere else.
Now, someone in the chat is asking, is Skrull really a shit machinist, or is it just an ongoing bit?
No, he's really a shit machinist.
Confirmed, everybody.
I mean, look. Here's the problem. You can be a good machinist, right? But compared to other actual DPS, you're still bad.
Except that first burst you get out, and then for the rest of it, it kind of like tapers off.
Big fucking deal. Yes, Skrull is a terrible machinist. He's a pretty good astrologian. He does really good there. He actually holds the current record for the Never Eat 500.
Oh, really?
Yep.
What's the count?
9.
I'm not even going to attempt that because I'm an okay white mage, but there's no way.
Plus, the highest a white mage has gotten is 4, dude.
Yeah, I mean, we're not good at quick heals.
Yeah,
we're more of a marathon runner, not a sprinter.
We still need a scholar to do that.
A scholar has done it.
Oh, really?
Yep. Only got 3.
Wasn't it Thor?
It was not Thor. Thor was the white mage.
The white mage. Yep. I'm trying to think. I've seen it once where.
So who's a scholar?
Oh, I'm sorry, whoever you are, scholar. I forgot. It might have been Deathscape. I don't know. They're in our link shell, though.
That sounds about right. Yeah, he's also in the FC, I think.
Yep. Yeah. No, I think Deathscape's a white mage, though. Shit, I don't fucking know who it was.
Right.
Fate? It was Fate. Fate Liner. Yep, that's what it was.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Guess I missed that.
Yeah.
Right.
So show today went really good.
Yeah, we were just talking about the whole MCU thing.
Yep.
and-
I was a little concerned with how the LBR one was going to go, because obviously Mog Talk did the same topic and they did it awesome because they actually
Right.
had Elysium on.
Right.
It was obviously a good chance for us to help, promo BG, get their name out there and get their
Yeah, 'cause like they need it.
thing out there and stuff. But I was a little concerned how long it was going to run, if we might fall short or not. It all went really, really well. Near had a good rant and rage at the end there.
Yeah.
So yeah, it went good. I liked
Justified.
it. And Final Encounter Cast was a lot of fun today. I didn't even see the time go anywhere.
Right. Yeah, I was telling everybody that so far this is my favorite FEC.
Yeah, and the entire time that you guys have been here, we've been out there talking about and discussing more stuff.
No shit.
Related to
it
it, yeah.
keeps going on.
Yeah, Nero was like, so did that sate you? Did you get everything out? And I'm like, not even close.
No.
This is one of those things that I can just keep talking about forever, and there's always something to talk about. There's always something to debate. There's always something to theorize about. There's always something to look up and do research on. It never ends.
Right.
And that's what's so great about the MCU. It was really hard because usually when you have discussions like this, you invariably, come to the DC versus Marvel thing. How they're doing
I'm
it there.
so glad that didn't happen.
And yes, we made sure to avoid that. But I just wanted to draw a quick parallel,
Right.
Because. I mean, and it usually does happen this way. If you go back and you look at the movie Twister, there was another tornado movie that came out at the same time. Deep Impact had another movie similar, came out at the same time.
Yeah, Armageddon.
Yeah, Armageddon was Deep Impact and Armageddon. And if you go back through history and look, there's a lot of movies that are about virtually the same thing that come out within the same year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's no different with superhero movies.
Right.
You have Batman versus Superman, the two most iconic DC characters versing each other, and then you have Iron Man and Captain America, who are the two most iconic Avengers, and they're going up against each other.
Right.
But when you look at not just the movies themselves, the properties, but look at the way that they're being consumed, and it's black and fucking white.
Yeah.
Everywhere you go, anytime anyone sees me wearing a Batman this, a Superman that, or it comes up, they say, "Oh, those two can't fight each other," and people don't understand. Now, yes, I know. Obviously,
They
we know.
have.
We know. We know that there is plenty of documented proof in comics, and that
Correct.
it's fine. We know that, but it just goes to show you that people don't think that they should be fighting each other, and. The bad reviews and how good or good it wasn't, that plays no relevance here. But then when you go and you look at, Captain America Civil War, no one's like, oh, why are they fighting each other? That doesn't make any sense.
Right.
Because Marvel has put themselves in a place where they've earned that.
Correct.
All right? And the other thing is, how many times have you seen, nerds get into hashtag Team Soup, hashtag Team Bat?
Exactly.
Wars? You don't. That's not a trending
Now,
hashtag anywhere.
I think
No,
the
it's not.
problem with the DC one is, and I think we talked about this up there, they didn't set this up.
No, they rushed everything, and that's my point.
And they're playing catch up is what they're basically doing.
They're not even playing catch up. They're just trying to rush
Scramble.
out and scramble to try and steal the show in the same way. They see Marvel doing it and they're like, "Oh, let's hurry up and do that, guys."
Correct.
It's like you look over and Marvel has all these really is going to be a really really sexist metaphor, but I don't care. You know what? I'll use both guys and girls. You have like these guys and these girls, and they're out playing beach volleyball, and like their muscles are glistening and their boobs are bouncing, and everyone's like, "Yeah, we want that." And then you look over and DC has like all these fully clothed people, and they're like, "Oh shit, sex sells, her quick take it!" And like the coaches are running off and like trying to take off
Right.
everybody's clothes and stuff, and it's just a clusterfuck. So that's what it's like.
Yeah, they totally missed the ball. They could have done this with at the end of the Dark Knight.
No, I think the Dark Knight was its own thing. I mean, because that's another thing you have to realize about Marvel is in doing this, they have a complete vision. I explained on the show how frustrating it must be for like the writers, the directors, and the producers, because they have their own vision for this one project that they're doing, but that has to adhere to the
whole
overall
thing.
vision
Right.
that Marvel has. And I think Nolan had a specific vision in mind for these three
But
films.
what I meant is like they could have done it in that time frame. Is when they should have started. doing
You
that.
would have then had to shoehorn things in. I think that you did have to restart. I don't think you could have used the Nolan stuff, and that's the point. That's why they're going to fail, is because Marvel has had this in the work for nearly 10 years now, and
about 10
DC's
years, yeah.
trying to do it within
Yeah.
2 years, less than that.
Right, and we just got done with the Nolan Batman. Now we're going on to another character as Batman,
Well,
and he's already got 3 more movies lined up.
And that's okay. I mean, it's going to fail for them, but that's okay because Marvel's doing the same thing with Spider-Man.
Right.
But the difference is Marvel knows what they're doing, so it's going to be successful.
This is what I'm afraid of, is that we have all these fucking comic book movies coming out. I'm hoping that they don't fail because of oversaturation.
No, they're not going to fail because of oversaturation. I'm going to tell you why. Superheroes is not a genre.
Right.
Okay? It's not a genre like horror films are, or comedies are, or thrillers are. Okay? Superhero is a theme that you can fit into any genre. There are funny comics. There are dark, scary, gritty comics. Okay? Spawn.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So, yeah, comic books and superheroes, as they are, can come in many different forms, okay? We've seen that. I think Marvel realizes that, and you can tell the difference between their MCU, what's going on in TV, and how they're doing the dark, gritty DC thing successfully on Netflix.
Correct.
And they have 3 more TV properties coming out. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. fills in this niche where they're kind of like, secret spies, this organization of espionage and, spy play and double agents and stuff like that, which goes into like the thriller suspense. You have a show called Damage Control coming out, which is about, non-superheroed people who have to pick up the pieces and clean up the mess that superheroed people cause, which is going to be a comedy. You then have Cloak and Dagger coming out, which is probably going to be, because Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. has a big cast. Cloak and Dagger is probably going to be more intimate. It's just going to focus on a few key characters, similar to what the Netflix properties are going to do.
Right.
And Marvel's Most Wanted, I have no idea what the hell they're going to do with that, but they already have a solid lead going in that since they have Mockingbird and Bobby Hunter set to star in that. So Marvel gets it, They have this big overall arcing plan, but they still understand the need to diversify them, whereas DC is like, we have a dark, gritty universe and everything has to be super dark, super gritty, and now they're scrambling at the last minute to film tens of millions of dollars worth of extra footage to put into Suicide Squad, because between the fact that people said that there was no humor, lighthearted tone in Batman vs. Superman, and that all the funny scenes in Suicide Squad were in the trailer, they're scrambling at the last minute to try and fix that.
And see, that's the problem with all these DC movies, and because I was telling everybody, I love DC Comics.
So
I
do
love
I.
the writing. The stories in the comics are awesome.
I think they have the best villains. I know
yes.
Nate mentioned earlier that how great the villains are in Marvel. I think Marvel has a few good ones.
Marvel has good ones, but nothing compared to DC.
But I think that overall, I think that DC has the better villains. And the reason why is, in Marvel, besides Venom and Carnage, a lot, in some cases, I mean, you have the Joker, you have the Penguin. Who's getting amazing, origin story in screen time in Gotham.
Yes, I love that version of Penguin. Yes.
I mean,
Dr. Octopus.
Well, not necessarily the rich and privileged, but essentially.
Right,
I mean, that's what it comes down to. Whereas, when you look at... And they're all freak accidents that turn them into super villains.
Yes, as I was talking about, the Marvel stories more or less very science-y.
Yes, whereas in DC, the villains have sort of always been villains, and I think that their transformation was more gradual, and it's a little bit more heartbreaking in some cases. I mean, you have the Joker, you have the Penguin. Who's getting amazing origin story in screen time in Gotham.
Yes, I love that version of Penguin. Yes.
I mean, Bane, you're looking at Scarecrow. Scarecrow is a fucking great villain.
Correct.
So and it's funny too that the majority of them are all Batman's rogues as well.
Right.
But so
I mean, that just goes to show the writing that the Batman writers.
Well, yeah, and I just wish that we had people like actual DC Comics executives in charge of these movies, and not Warner Brothers.
And I think that's the big thing.
That's
Marvel has of course they're owned by Disney and stuff like that, but it's also the people who write the comics have
The people who are in charge of the creative control of the comics also control the movies. Yes.
Right. Yeah. It's very exciting time. I'm just hoping that it, like I said, it doesn't get oversaturated. But I like your theory.
Yeah, I like I said, I could talk about this for days. And usually if someone will come into like the stream when I'm streaming, or at the late show or whatever, and mentions this or wants to get into talks about this, that's like the end. Like I'm off now on a tangent. So
Right.
Are you gonna do another comics thing for the Late Show?
Probably. I mean, we did the Captain America, Iron Man, Civil War thing, which Team Cap side obviously won.
Did not. The straw poll said Team Iron Man.
First of all, Kooky, I brought you on to lead your team, and then you brought in Shintason and basically just sat back and coasted.
We still won.
Way to delegate that one.
No, there was no winning. Okay, you guys lost because you and Shintason's arguments were flawed and terrible and made no sense and jumped around all over the frickin' place.
Oh boy. So would you have another debate with another Team Iron Man?
Yeah, people who are more smart than you.
Wow. Shots fired.
I hope there's an exam you have to pass to be part of Team Iron Man.
Whatever. Anyway.
Right.
Yeah, anyway.
Right.
See, running away like a coward. I guess you are. I guess you are for Team Iron Man.
Okay, can we move on to
maybe you want to grab a few people out of the chat to have your debate for you. That way you don't have to worry about accountability. Hashtag Team Iron Man.
Well, someone's going to be there for Team Iron Man. I know there is.
I'll see if I can join in the conversation.
Get out of here. You got any other questions for me? Any notes you want to discuss?
No, I was just wondering how, basically how's your last 2 weeks have been? I mean,
good. It's been decent. Finished my hyperconductive Kanagi. I was actually afraid that I wouldn't be the first hosts to do it because I have been spending my esoteric tomes to outfit my retainers, and everybody else was capped on them, which means when that patch dropped, they immediately had 2 from both their saved up ESOs and the weekly quest. So I was 1 behind.
Right.
And I actually finished mine maybe 5 or 6 hours before Juxta finished his. I actually thought that he had beat me already.
Right.
And when he had linked it in Link Shell, I'm like, "Did you just get it?" And he's like, "Yeah." So I'm like, "All right, finished it." So I've sort of made it just like this little personal goal of mine since I was way last to finish the relic from 2.0.
Right.
That I want to be the first host in every single step to finish my relic. So.
Pretty cool right there, man. Are you in the FC now?
Yes, I'm the leader of the FC.
Oh, really? Nice.
Because I had the all the cash on hand when.
It's not a surprise.
Well, I mean, I haven't been on in almost 2 weeks. I don't know all this stuff.
Yeah, I had all the cash. I mean, obviously, there was like 30 or some K in the free company chest that you had started that Juxta was leading.
The million. Yeah.
And I had the 60 some million on me, and then I had another 40 million on me that I was saving up for my own personal house.
Right.
So then I just put that together to buy it, and then when Juxta came over from the other free company, brought all the money with him, or you did or something.
No, he did, because I came in later.
And put it all in the free company chest, and I used that to reimburse my section. I did fork up another 10K myself, and I know that you put up 5.
I put in a total of 7 or 8.
I think so. Yep. Yeah. Juxta put in another 5. So I think total I had done like 15 mil or something like that. So, but yeah, we have it now, and we're slowly getting it outfitted, and it's really cool. I mean, obviously we've had this following on Sargentanis because people come over, but we've been all spread out. Everyone's in different free companies. Everyone's just all over the place, and the only time you ever get to really kind of like see people is maybe in passing through Idly Shire, or sometimes if one of us goes AFK, we'll pop back in and here's like an LBR member here or there that's sitting next to you. But now to be able to log in and run through the front yard and see people sitting around the fire, seeing someone sitting on the bench, seeing Skuro in the fucking fountain, fucking hobo.
Maybe he'll drown someday.
And to see the LBR tag next to all of these names,
right?
It's so fucking cool. It actually, I know this probably feels like cliche and overly sentimental, but it actually feels like Limit Break Radio has a home within Eorzea. Yeah. And it's so cool now because now when you come, like if you want to come to Swagatanis, like to play with us, I feel like it's going to be more inviting because you're not just dropping into a brand new strange server and then occasionally saying a name you recognize in the
Correct.
chat. Now you actually have a place to go to call home and to feel welcome.
Correct.
And I think that that's something that our free company and our link shell does so well, is it really does make people feel welcome. There's a new person I think who's recently joined the free company. I'm sorry, I don't know how long you've been at Swagatonus or whatnot, but I've only just recently noticed them. But Skyla Hart, every time that I like walk to the bell or pass her, she like waves me and gets all excited. And she only has like a level 34, so either she's a new transfer, or maybe she's a fan who's been on and just was in a different free company or whatnot. But just to be able to see these new fans actually in person and be able to talk with them and stuff like that is really, really cool.
Yeah.
And it more than getting phone calls, more than getting emails, being able to see our fans in the game at the free company house with our tag next to their name, more than anything else that's happened so far, I think that makes me feel like more of a rock star than anything else.
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, when I came over, it was rare I seen anybody that I knew. And then, I hook up you guys and stuff like that, and that was pretty cool. And then when we started the free company, it started, it started culminating. It's really cool to see people, wave at you, because they know. Yeah,
like
the
that
name.
happens every once in a while. Someone might wave at me, and I'm like, oh shit, who was that? And I'll check my friends list, and they're there. But other than that, it's like, are they waving at me because they're on my friends list? Do I actually know them? Are they an LBR person?
Right.
I was in I want to give a shout out to them on the show. They'll probably, I don't know if they'll necessarily hear that. No, they probably won't because they're not here. But I was in a Void Arc with Juxt and some people, and on the second boss, it said, what was her name? It was Mitch and Paige. Yeah. So it said Paige, and whatever her last name, hugs you. And so I asked them, I'm like, guys, were they hugging me, or is that like, slash emotes hugs you so everyone thinks they're being hugged? And they goes, no, they hugged you. Right. So I made a comment, and then Mitch and they were obviously queued together, was like, from LBR, right? And then Paige was like, unless you're an imposter. And I'm like, winky face. So they were big fans of the show, and we kind of chatted a little bit. And I gave them cool shout outs and stuff like that. So shout out to Mitch and Paige from the, don't know what server they were from, Leviathan maybe. Right.
No, because Mitch's last name was Leviathan.
That's right. Mitch's last name was Leviathan. So if with a few people who are watching us, and not that your show doesn't get a lot of people, right? But if you know Mitch Leviathan and Paige, give them a shout out. They cool peeps.
Heck yeah. I mean, I was in, I think, what dungeon was that? Maybe Snow Cloak or something like that. Just recently, within the last month or so, and they said, "Aren't you with LBR?" And I'm barely with you guys for a while.
You've only just came in recently.
Yeah, I mean, I think this might be my 10th week with you guys.
Oh, has it been that long already?
I know, it seems like eternity on this side of the table.
Wow. I was going to say, it doesn't seem like you've been here that long at all.
But I'm getting really good at getting you guys drinks.
You are.
You don't have to ask for them hardly. I think you did once today.
Yep, whistled at you.
Yep. I was like, oh, it's time to get drink.
Good job.
But it's kind of amazing.
Yeah, to actually see people now at the free company, now when they wave at me, I know. And like I'm starting to relate names a little bit better. Right. And it's just, it's really cool.
I mean, the last time when I was on Hyperion, I had something like that because I've been on that server since 2010. People have jumped servers, and when we get stuck in that duty finder and stuff like that, hey, aren't you Papa Woody from Hyperion? Like, yeah. It's like, oh my god, I remember you. Stuff like that. It's really cool to get to know people and shit like that because they know you from the show. Yep. It's awesome times. Yeah, so I'm glad you're with a free company now. Yeah. When that happened, like last week or this week?
It basically happened when we saw that there was a free company up for sale. Because I had the majority of the money on me. Like, that was the thing. If Juxta would have been on, even if he would have taken all the money out of the chest and what he had on him, he wouldn't have had enough to outbid them. Right. So it was really contingent on me being there. Right. And, I didn't have to worry about being like, oh, Juxta, get home, or someone log Papa Woody on. I need that money out of the chest, Right. I had that extra 40 mil on me, so I'm like, I'm doing it. I'm going to
Because when I woke up that morning, it was like a whirlwind of chat, and I didn't know what the fuck was going on.
Because once we bought it, like Juxta came home and he spent that entire night from like 11 till 9 decorating.
Yeah.
Like, we just started getting everybody in. It was a huge whirlwind of emotion. I mean, everyone, started like buying their rooms and making their, their private rooms and shit like that. And Juxta was going to work on the outside. He said his own private room he just uses like a storage dump. And he's like, everything was just clipping into itself and it was a complete mess. And it was very, very, very exciting because again, this is our home now being built. So, and I mean, we've had like free company houses, and I've been into large houses, but I primarily lived in a small one. And I've seen medium ones, but it's a whole nother ball game. When it's yours.
Oh yeah, definitely. So is the studio going to be in a room, or it's going to be like in the basement?
There is currently some discussions being had.
Right.
I think the original plan was to put it downstairs so we have a bigger room, which I think that's what Nero wants and that's what Juxta's planning. But currently, here's what I think a lot of people aren't considering. Juxta knows about this issue because I brought it up to him, but he doesn't seem to think it's going to be a problem. But currently, with the iCam, when you engage it, anything that's targetable, it will do a close-up on.
Right.
That includes the ground floor and the top floor. And as is, in a small room like the studio, we still get dead shots of random-ass things.
Right.
Now you want to add in 2/3 more space with who knows how many more targetable objects. So what I'm thinking might end up happening, because when we did the studio in Thor's place that one time, he said that he had to remove everything from the top floor so it wouldn't target anything up there.
Right.
So what I'm probably thinking should happen is Nero takes all the stuff out of the current studio, brings it over to the free company with him, sets the studio back up in his room or some room, right? I mean, I doubt that he cares about his fucking personal room. And if not, I'm sure someone, in fact, there has been somebody already who's offered up a room for us somewhere, right? To be like, hey, if you guys need a studio room, you can use mine type deal. And so I think that we should have that as sort of like a backup and start construction of the new studio downstairs, because Square Enix has been making more and more updates to the iCam, and I think that going forward they will start to make it so that you can be like, only target players, don't target certain things, limiting how far it targets and stuff like that. And eventually we will be able to set up iCam to only target people downstairs in the studio within a certain vicinity. And then we permanently move it downstairs. So I don't know, it's going to be something that we're going to have to play with and experiment with.
Right. Cool.
Yay.
Well, awesome. I'm glad you're aboard finally. Yeah, welcome aboard. And it's pretty cool. We got a house finally, and everybody, if you guys want, just find somebody with an LBR tag, and I'm pretty sure
every single person can invite to the link shell, or sorry, to the free company.
Right.
We still use the link shell because obviously there's a lot of people who don't want to leave their free companies.
Right.
But since most of the hosts have gone over to the free company, that's where a lot of the chatting happens. So I wouldn't worry so much about the link shell, but definitely get into the free company.
Yeah.
Anybody can invite, even if none of us are on. I mean, it's one thing to just look for an LBR tag.
Right.
First thing you should do is try searching for Kahlo, Juxta, Nika, Aniro, Papa, Kooky, Escalia. Some of those names that you recognize, and send them a tell. All else fails, none of us are on, just try shouting an idly shard. I'm sure eventually somebody with an LBR tag will notice you and get you in there. But
Definitely.
Plus you can, I actually don't even know how to look up a free company without there being someone with a free company, but you can apply to the link shell. Or sorry, to the free company. You can apply to the free company. There's a free company like search thingy, isn't there?
I think when you search a person, you can also look at their free company.
Right, but is there a way to just flat out look for a free company?
That I don't know. It might be on the lodestone. Okay,
well, anyway, there have been 3 times where on my free company menu there's an applicants tab of people who applied to the free company, and I just had to accept them. So that's another thing you can do.
Yeah.
But awesome. We'd be glad to have you. Ward 5 of the Goblet, Plot 30.
I haven't really looked at the house too much. I just got a room, and that was it.
Limit Break Radio headquarters.
There you go.
You guys are starting to bore me.
All right. Well, I guess.
And is there anything else you want to talk about? I have things to do.
Yeah. I mean, if that's what you want to do, you can do what you want to do.
I'm busy. I make time for you guys out of the kindness of my heart.
Well, we appreciate that.
You better. Do you appreciate it, Kooky?
I do.
Good.
Now go away.
Excuse me?
Are you done? He said you have things
Are
to do.
you done?
I'm done.
Okay.
Good luck with getting the FC house
Go away now.
organized, D.
Shh. Someone was
Bring it in.
donating.
Thanks, Corsia. Corsia. 95 donated.
All right.
Appreciate it.
One last thing I want to say to the viewers and the LBR subscribers and everybody watching right now is we love you, and I love you more than everybody else, and we hope to see you in game, and you should come and play with us.
Exactly.
All right, cool.
All right. Hey, maybe have a Nero come in.
All right.
Yeah, I'd like to talk to him for a little bit.
I need to get on that Twitch alerts thing because I have no idea when those donations come through. So thank you, Corsia.
Yeah, we appreciate all what you guys do for us and the donations and all the Patreon donors and subscribers. You guys help out a lot. If
We love you.
We do. You guys can, if you guys go over to patreon.com at Limit Break Radio, $1 even helps us out. We have a bunch of stretch goals. We got some new stretch goals up.
Ours is next at 3,000.
I know, isn't that awesome? Since I don't have a computer, I really can't look at that stuff. But you guys, once we hit the next stretch goal, Kooky and I, our show becomes a podcast, which we're really excited and hopeful for.
Wink, wink.
Exactly.
Peace.
Hey, you know what? Are you going out to FanFest? I forgot to ask you.
I am.
You
Of course
are?
I am.
I'm gonna.
I mean, Vegas is only like about a 4-hour drive from where I live, so
Oh, you suck.
for sure I'm going.
Right. I am trying. We're currently saving, but every time we have some money saved, something happens.
No.
Yeah, so we're really trying to save. How's it going, Nero?
Hey, what's up? How's it going, Woody?
Pretty good.
Hi, Kook.
Hello.
What's up, guys?
Not much. We've been discussing everything. The MCU.
Yeah, thanks for inviting me in on the post show.
Not a problem. Talking about the LBR show and your little rant that you had at the end there.
Oh, right.
I think that needs more elaboration on that because
You think? Well, I wasn't watching the chat room when all that was happening,
Right.
And I regret it because I would have liked to keep an eye on the chat room a little bit closer to see what people were saying.
Because wasn't Pee Pee Poop Poop or whatever that guy's name was?
pee pee poo poop.
Whatever that guy's name was.
Whatever that fucking cunt was, I think you're right. I think that fucking cunt was in our chat room at that time, and I even ranted for another good 10 minutes to try to get that fucking cunt to call in, and nothing.
Maybe next week. We can only hope. But you know what?
Cowards.
That's what I was just going to say. He's a keyboard warrior.
Keyboard warrior, man. Yeah. You keep being your Twitter activist.
The disdain I have for people like that. I kept my cool because I didn't want to, because we all don't know all the circumstances that happened to Mithri. We only know that what happened in the family and everything like that. We don't know why he moved into his parents and stuff like that.
Who cares?
Exactly. We don't need to know.
It doesn't matter. None of that matters.
No.
Not an iota of that matters. And for the record, I don't think that Mithri was in any way, shape, or form. I don't think he needed to return any of that money. When you do fundraisers like that, a lot of people want to get in your face and up your ass about, oh, well, where's the money going? How's it being spent? And I understand that to a certain degree. And if he had come out and said, look, dude, I still, like, my circumstances have changed, but I could still really use this money.
Right.
I don't think a single person who gave money to him would be like,
have problems
fuck
with
you.
it. Yeah. Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, and here's my problem with that goddamn coward that was like, well, I think you should show proof. Well, guess what, bitch? You probably, I'm gonna guess, because I don't know this for sure. You didn't give to Mithri. What do you care?
Exactly.
What exactly do you care? What's your dog in the fight? Are you hoping to get your $50 back?
Right.
Is that what it is?
And if he had a problem, why did he donate
In the first place.
Exactly.
Yeah. I get pretty bent out of shape about this shit. And I think really what the focus should have been is, holy shit, look at how good of a dude Mithri is.
Yeah.
By, he's struck with adversity. He's put into a situation where he asks for help. He receives the help. And when the situation ends up working itself out, he wants to give all that back.
Yeah.
He's not
entitled to.
He doesn't have to.
Correct.
He does not have to, and he still does. And I think that the generosity, the point of that segment was to talk about the generosity of the FF14 community, Mithri included.
Yeah.
The generosity from that guy to go, I figured it out. I actually don't need this money. Thank you so much. You can have it back.
He's so nice.
That should have been the story. Instead of, oh, well, I hope you provide all the proof in the world. How dare you ask any of us to come chip in while you've got 2 monitors and 2 computers that you're boxing up on Twitter? And this is the shit that happens. Someone gets something that somebody else doesn't have and they don't like it. Right? Mithri gets some generosity in his life. And someone sees that and they're like, well, I don't have the means to pull that off. I can't do that in my life. If I couldn't pay my rent, I'd be out on my ass. You're right.
Yeah.
You absolutely would be. You're right. Mithri's using the tools, the talent, and the audience that he's built and worked for to try to solve his problems. That's what is. If someone can please tell me what is wrong with that, why that is bad. I mean, we get people all the time that they're like, well, you guys need to be more transparent with how you use your money.
How can you guys be more transparent than what you already are?
I don't know.
You guys explain everything where everything goes.
I think it's at the point where to satisfy these scumbags, we would have to start showing receipts.
Yeah.
That's where we're at. And it's somehow a mark of shame to raise money for your project on the internet. Like it's somehow a mark of shame to say, hey, audience that likes listening to the things that I make, if you like the things that I make, you can help me with the means to make them more often.
Right.
And you'll get to hear it and experience it and interact with it more often.
I don't think people understand how Patreon works. I really don't. Because when you
Kickstarter or
exactly, because when you start donating to those means, those avenues, you can read exactly. They give you a disclaimer. Especially on Kickstarter. If you're going to donate this, there may be nothing back. You get nothing back.
Yeah.
But with Patreon, you are they got artists and singers and songwriters.
It's a constant relationship.
And content creators like you guys. And I don't understand how these people feel entitled, like we were talking about earlier. It's the entitlement that these people have, that they want to know everything. They feel like they're entitled to know everything or have everything. And
I understand that when you're putting your money into something, like when you're supporting a cause or an organization or something like Limit Break Radio, you want to know where your money goes, and that's fair. I think that's fair, and that's why we do try to be transparent with the way that we use the money that we are very generously given. But the thing that blows my mind, how is it something that is if I was in the same position as Mithri and I needed $2,000 in a real quick hurry to solve a problem in my life, what is there a problem with asking people for generosity? I don't think that there's a problem with making that ask, for making that request.
No, because people don't have to give.
Right. It's totally voluntary.
Correct.
Now, had Mythry started putting content behind paywalls or trying to hold content hostage, saying like, hey, if you guys don't give, then all this content's going away. Or, it's even different. Like if you're up against the point where you're like, look, if I don't get enough funds, I'm going to have to do something else to make a living here. I mean, that's totally fair, isn't it? I mean, content creators have to go through that shit all the time.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Right? But the thing that would have turned it kind of scummy, in my opinion, is if content started getting put behind a paywall. If there was a way that you were forcing people to have to give, that I think gets kind of fucked up.
And I've never even heard of him say anything ever.
Never. No, not from Mythry.
Yeah.
No. There's a lot of other people that would, that could try to do that if they needed to raise money in a hurry. That's a business choice. That's straight up like that's just a product choice. That's a marketing choice. And like do people expect people to only stream out purely out of altruism? Is that why people think that people start up Twitch accounts and YouTube accounts is just pure altruism? I mean, because it's not. I mean, it's not like Limit Break Radio started 10 years ago. We never thought it was going to be a thing to make money. We did it for fun.
Yeah.
We continue to do it for fun. But why is it a terrible thing to want to be able to support yourself off of the thing that you love?
Correct.
This is the thing that drives me insane about specifically the Mythry issue, is that Mythry has a full-time job. He's not even like we are sitting here going, hey, maybe consider giving us some money because we want to make this our full-time job. Mythry's like, hey, I've got a full-time job. I've got 90% of this shit figured out. I was put into a
bad situation.
A very bad situation where I had to come up with something really, really quickly.
Yeah.
Fuck you if you think it's inappropriate to go and ask the audience that you've spent the last however many years building. That is a totally reasonable ask.
Yeah.
God, fuck. I really don't like bleepsy boopsy, whatever the fuck your stupid fucking name is.
Pee pee poo poo.
Boopsy boopsy.
I really have developed a disdain for this person.
Yeah. Like we were talking about, he is one of the reasons why I got back into crafting. There for a while, nothing.
Mythry is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly why I got back. His guides, and almost everything he does, his guides are so easy to follow, and he explains them thoroughly.
Yeah.
I mean, there's certain things, like I was trying to get to earlier, certain reasons why I got back into Final Fantasy. There for a while, I was maybe once or twice a week. Mythry got me back in because I didn't like crafting, but he made it interesting and fun.
Yep.
I'm trying to think. MTQ got me back into doing some primals and shit like that. And there for a while, I stopped playing. And then when you guys wanted the intern, that's when I got back into playing almost every day. But for somebody to come around and say the things they did, because I glanced at that post and the edits and shit like that. Had me. It's so mad
because it's not like that person came back and edited and was like, oh, I'm sorry, it was a little bit of a dick. No, they like doubled down.
Every time it was like poking the bear.
They went through Mythry's tweet history to go, oh, you pre-ordered the FF15 collection,
you ordered this amount in March,
how dare you, how dare you ask. Man, fuck you. And this is a lot of this is, this kind of thing actually happened back in the 11 days. There was a big deal. There was a big deal about FF Cyclopedia doing a fundraiser, and then very quickly after that, they ended up selling their company to Wikia. And it was this, at the time, it was this huge deal. A lot of people felt betrayed because, a wiki is a very collective, a very collective project that, a lot of people come together on, and especially in FF11, none of the shit was very straightforward, and so there was a lot of time and effort that was spent on that wiki, and there was this big scandal about the donations that were received over at FFencyclopedia, and because that scandal hit once, they tried to fucking. I don't know. I don't know who they are anymore. I'm using it as a very general they, but the shit stirrers, the rabble rousers out there keep trying to go back to that goddamn drama well again and again and again, and they start going, oh, look at this fundraising, look at this, this is bullshit. Fuck you.
Exactly.
Fuck you. This is 2016 where, you know what? It's the age of Twitch, and it's the age of startup companies. It's the age of starting media companies in your fucking second bedroom. This is unheard of. At no point has the technology been cheap enough to be able to broadcast signals out like we can.
Good enough.
And make it sound good and be presentable and actually be able to develop an audience that can rival and a lot of times even dwarf what traditional media pulls in.
Exactly.
This is the age that we're living in now. And for you to say, well, you should just get an advertiser then. Well, you should just get a sponsor. You shouldn't you shouldn't put it on the backs of your audience. Come
How
on.
easy is it to get a
Really?
sponsor?
It's not.
It's not.
That's what I'm getting at.
Exactly. It's not easy to get a sponsor. It's, and there was all these statements like, oh, well, he's got YouTube money. Fuck you. You don't
have an idea how difficult it is.
Don't even. You have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. He's got YouTube money. People make so many assumptions when you say a phrase like that. Well, he's got YouTube money, he'll be fine. If I got kicked out of my apartment today, I don't have savings.
Right.
I've not been in an employment situation where I've been able to grow any savings, and if I do, I have to use those savings in the interim while I'm looking for a new job. And by the time I find my new job, those savings are gone.
Yeah,
they're completely depleted. Right. So, if I was in that same situation, you're going to sit here and straight face tell me, "Oh, well, sell off this microphone. You sell off all these monitors. You sell off that nice." The nice equipment, that great board you got, that's a 12 input board that you got right there. You don't need all those inputs, do you? Yes, let's just take away the tools that I use in my profession. This is my profession.
It's like telling a surgeon not to use those forceps or that scalpel or something like that.
Sell it.
Yeah, exactly.
with it.
Here, just use a butter knife instead.
Right.
No, I'm being serious. I mean, that's basically what they're telling Mithri. Sell this stuff so you cannot produce the content that you make more money off of.
Absolutely.
Plus, we don't even know his I don't even want to know his income on his full-time job.
Don't care.
We don't know if he's salary. If he is salary, did he already use his money to pay off the bills? And because we all know salary, you get paid once a month. Maybe he's waiting.
Let me tell you. Mithri could be pulling in $400,000 on salary, and I would still defend every decision and everything that he did in this situation.
Because we don't know all the factors.
You don't. And you know what? I'm not going to ask. I'm never going to. I would never ask him what his income is, because you know what? It's not any of my business.
Exactly.
And guess what? Reddit. None of yours. It's not yours either.
Exactly. I won't even visit that cesspool because of all the shit that comes out of it. I will not. Whenever I see a Reddit page for help or anything like that, I won't even go. I would rather go to some other wiki or something like that than Reddit.
It's hard to hold Reddit singularly responsible for that, but I do think, again, you look at the number of upvotes that got.
213.
Top comment right there. I mean, that really speaks volumes of the shittiness of the people that you surround yourself with.
Exactly.
And I mean, we've long said that, we had very pointed criticisms for the way that our FFXIV was moderated, and also, we've shared a couple of opinions about the quality of humanity that exists over there, the quality of people that exist over there. But I think that this Mithri thread, and right there, your 232 upvotes.
And one of the moderators chimed in too.
Exactly. Yep.
That's what really infuriated. Because Ane? Is that what that guy's name was? Iane came in and he defended all the moderators and stuff like that, saying they're good people and stuff. Is this? Seriously?
Well, I mean, people are allowed to be people, and that's fine. Moderators allowed to hold whatever opinion that they hold. That's fine. Happens to be a shitty opinion. I happen to disagree with it. It did not. The moderator in that thread did not seem like he was abusing any kind of power. So that's just his shitty opinion. That's all he did was he came in and he echoed a shitty opinion that was an easy opinion and an easy sentiment to echo. That's really all he did. I mean, and that's I don't think there's no responsibility that gets laid on the RFFXIV staff for that, or the mods for that at all. I mean, that's just that's his opinion, and he happens to be a mod.
Yeah, I always
that's
thought
fine.
Moderators was just moderating. I didn't realize that they could jump on the shit pile like that. Sure,
why not? As long as they're not using their authority as a mod to beat down discussion or dissent, or delete posts and shit like that. It's fine. Yeah, they're allowed to have an opinion, and that's fine. Again, I think it's a shitty opinion, but they're allowed to have an opinion. And so my beef here is really not with Reddit mods or admins. Right. Again, like I said, we've kind of bro-hugged all that out. That's fine. No, their community, which I've said in the past and will say again, is a cesspool. It is a vile shit pile of humanity that really, if you were to amalgamate all of our FFXIV into a single person, it would be the most depraved psychopath you've ever met in your entire life. I'm 100% certain of that.
Kind of like maybe Marv from Sin City.
Worse, man. Fucking worse. Ugh. You hear that, RFFXIV? You're worse than Marv.
Mary in the chat says it's 4chan with a lower IQ.
Shit, at least 4chan can make me laugh. At least 4chan has the ability to make me laugh. And not to say that Reddit on the whole doesn't make me laugh, because they do. I can't remember the last time I went to RFFXIV and laughed.
Everything, all those glamours.
Oh yeah, at all of those
and fan art,
and all of the fan art, and the
Rogan penises. And
I don't even know. I don't even know what else. Like, what else do you guys? What fucking else does your community do besides shit on good people? Really, honestly, what do you do? What do you do? What do you produce? What do you put out into the world that means anything to anybody else?
I would like one of those guys to call up. Not the moderators. Not Annie.
Damn it.
Or I just wish that one of those idiots would just call in.
They don't have the spine. They don't. They do not have the guts. Not a single one of them. They can sit here behind their keyboard in their anonymity and their stupid fucking cunty usernames all they want. But the fact of the matter is that we give them the opportunity to have a platform. And they don't take that opportunity because they know that when they either if they hear their ideas out loud, spoken, coming out of their fucking mouths, their conscience will actually kick in and be like, oh, that's why what I said is fucked up. That's really what we're talking about here.
Yeah.
I want a chance. I want a chance to talk at Boopy motherfucker, or whatever the fuck your stupid fucking username is.
Pee-pee.
I really want a chance to talk at you and see if you can, straight-faced, in all seriousness, defend the pile of shit that you dumped on Reddit. Because you can't. I guarantee you they can't, they never will, because only a coward posts that shit. And if they did try to stand up for it, it would be a stumbling, stuttering mess like Darkstar. It would end up becoming embarrassing for them, and that's why they don't do it. They know that. Like Darkstar is a special case because he's so retarded that he didn't realize that's what happens. But you know, most of these people know that the positions that they're taking are so indefensible that the only way they can get away with it is through anonymity. And that person said that they're a Twitch streamer, an FF14 Twitch streamer, who made that criticism.
Right.
Okay, that's I'm gonna be very interested to watch your streams.
See how well they are. And stuff.
I'm gonna be very interested to see how entertaining you are, what kind of person you are.
I'm gonna find you and judge you.
I'm gonna be paying the fuck attention. Because
can't get more than 30 viewers. Can't get more than 30. You get
hard.
yeah. I mean, there's only two, maybe 4 people on all of XIV that get that.
I know.
And we're one of them.
Yeah. See, that's the thing, is I don't already know your fucking name, so I already know that you're garbage.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know your streaming name. I've seen your name in shit piles every once in a while, but I've never seen you on Twitch. I'm going to be watching for you now, motherfucker. Oh, am I going to be watching for you now?
Eyes are on you.
Decibel says LBR hosts them.
Dude, it's over. It's over. Okay, your cool fucking anonymity smartass thing. I guarantee you, he puts the camera up. Hey, Twitch stream, how's it going, guys? Hey, so we're gonna be doing some rating tonight, and I really want to thank you guys for watching me. Yeah, okay, cool, compelling stream there, dork. Come on, get your shit together. There's no way. Like, what's hilarious is that I've gone really far out of my way to shit all over this person because I really do believe that they're not a very good person. What disappoints me is that they'll never counter stream. They'll never give their opinion on their stream. They'll never. I mean, dude, you could capitalize on this. You could capitalize on me just fucking railing on you for the past. I've probably spent 45 total minutes railing on your fucking stupid ass, and they're not going to capitalize on it. I guarantee you, they're ashamed, they're embarrassed, and they're going to go away. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Bye-bye. Sorry that I made you feel bad, but you're a human pile of shit, and I hope that you die.
Those were the words of the great Nero Gagori.
It even hurts me. Whoa.
I wouldn't go that far. I mean, that's just me, but what I would hope is that something really bad happens to them where they're in that situation and see, are you going to sell everything? Would they?
That's a pretty good one. I like that one.
Because you know what?
It's a bit of a monkey's paw there.
$10.
I
bet $100 they wouldn't.
I guarantee you they wouldn't. I guarantee you they wouldn't being put in the. Oh, but wait, I forgot. They have savings.
Right.
They have insulated themselves against this kind of crisis in their life.
A life-changing calamity. I bet you they still.
No,
wouldn't.
that's why I said I hope you get AIDS because you can't financially plan around AIDS. That's
the treatments are expensive, so
they are expensive.
There goes the savings.
Yeah, totally. But that's what I'm saying. Like I really have such disdain for this fucking asshole of a person because of their total lack of empathy. This is the fucking assholes like you are the last thing that we need in this world.
Yeah.
And what I'm saying is that the round end of the gun is the one that you put in your mouth, not the trigger end.
Correct.
The one that has the circle on it is the one that you place between your teeth. Okay? Do you have that clear? I want to make sure that you know this so that when you do relieve yourself of us, that you do it properly, you fucking piece of garbage. Ugh. Does this piece of shit... this piece of shit really got under my skin with this one.
I can tell.
Really did. Really, really did. And I want just one opportunity to talk to him. I just want to know. I want to know, how can you say that shit?
Exactly. I mean, it's one thing if it's somebody that's actually toxic in the community. But Mithri, I consider him, he's a pillar in the community. He's a really good guy. He never says anything bad about people.
Nope.
And he helps out many people.
In fact, I'm sure that Mithri is probably going to get kind of upset about me sitting here wishing death and AIDS on the person who wrote that. Because he is such a positive guy. I mean, look, I'm speaking in hyperbole here. Most people who listen to this show a lot understand.
You take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah, you take it with a grain of salt. I don't really want this guy to die.
Right.
I kind of do hope that he gets AIDS because mostly because AIDS is a kind of a mild annoyance in 2016 and an incredible expense. And so, yeah, no, like, it's a fucking joke. First of all, it's a fucking joke, right? Like, I'm not actually really viciously wishing death or AIDS on this person. It's really a joke because if you're going to be an asshole, fine. I'm going to be 10 times the asshole that you are. You can't even begin to match my assholishness. And I have way bigger and way heavier metal balls than you do. So if you want to try to go toe to toe, you're more than welcome.
You guys, when he walks, they clink.
You will never win. You will never, ever win.
Right.
So sometimes I speak in hyperbole to be able to drive my point home. Do I genuinely want this person to get AIDS? Nah, probably not. But what I do genuinely want them to do is I do genuinely want them to go back and really like take a gut check at the shit that you're saying. Because the shit that you said, way worse than me wishing AIDS on you. Way worse. Genuinely. Like, from a humanistic standpoint. I believe that. I believe that.
Yeah, we need, in this, not only in this community, but in the world, more people to help out each other.
Absolutely.
We really do. Instead of people just beating down each other, either with their words or physically. We just need more people to be loving and to help out one another. And that's lacking. Lacking.
And yeah. I totally agree with that. And I think some people would find it surprising that I agree with that. But I do. I absolutely agree with that. More love, more respect is the thing that we need in the world. Respect. Yeah. No. And people will look at me and go, "Oh, Aniro, you host the most, the most." What's the word that I'm looking for? Irreverent Final Fantasy 14 podcast on the net. And you're right, I do. And I do like offensive things. I like offensive comedy. I like humor that pushes buttons. I like humor that gets reactions. That's the kind of humor that I like.
You know what? But it's all entertainment.
It is. It is all entertainment. But that doesn't mean that I go around in my life treating people like shit.
Right.
He doesn't.
It does not, I may treat people like shit in the course of the show because it's funny. Skuro, you guys sat around and chat on Skuro a little bit earlier.
Yes.
It's funny. He understands that joke. It's funny. It's funny. It intrinsically funny to watch friends shit on each other.
Because if he didn't think it was funny, he wouldn't be there.
Right.
Period.
Right. And that's the thing, is that, you boil humor down, so much of it is conflict. So much of it is misunderstanding. So much of it is insults. But it's done under the auspices and under the context of being between friends. So when you say something like the world needs more love and respect, I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. It also needs the freedom to be offensive.
Correct.
And to push boundaries, to push standards. So there is a bit of a dichotomy there. I must admit, but I do agree. Love and respect are very important things.
And once you have those, you can go that route with that kind of stuff.
Absolutely,
because you know the boundaries.
Absolutely, absolutely, and that's where the fun lies. I don't know how much fun Bleepy Bloopy had typing out their stupid response, but I guarantee you it was a fraction of the fun that I've had talking about it and tearing it apart on the show today.
Right. Thank you for that entertainment.
Yes.
You're welcome.
Oh, man. What a day, you guys. What a day.
Show.
Yeah. Both shows. Welcome to the MCU.
Thank you.
Yeah.
MCU's fun.
Yep. Give Daredevil a chance.
I'm trying.
It did take me a little bit. Get Ben Affleck and all that stuff out of your head.
No.
Including
I don't want to. See, the thing is I don't want to, because I loved the Kingpin from that movie.
Yes.
I that was the only redeeming factor of that movie. He fucking killed it.
He did.
Oh my God. Michael Clark Duncan.
He is already an imposing person.
Yes. And I saw him and I was like, yes, that is the Kingpin. I can see that.
The voice, the size,
yes,
the ferocity, yes.
The thing about the Kingpin is that he is violent down to his words.
Yes.
And that's what I always loved about the Kingpin.
I think we hit it. This is the origin.
Yeah, no, if that's the case, I got to tell you, if that's the case, I am in, and Fisk keeps me watching. I would, if they had chosen anyone else for Fisk, I think I would have been out. Vincent D'Onofrio,
they hit it. Like I said earlier, what they're doing with their casting, is brilliant.
Yeah, I for as much as I love the Clark Duncan Kingpin. D'Onofrio brings something entirely different. They took it in a totally different direction. They took it in like it was going this way, and they were like, okay,
let's go.
Clark Duncan died, and that sucks. We'll never be able to use him, so let's do this. And D'Onofrio keeps me watching.
I mean, not only but physically, he looks just like the Kingpin in the comics. In my opinion, he does. The big bald dude.
He's just. There are times when I am going, there are times when he's not big enough.
Right. But then you're asking for somebody 7 foot,
I know. I understand that.
It's like Andre the Giant,
I know. But there are, he does, most of the time, the way that they frame shots and the way that they have D'Onofrio framed, you're right. He does seem very large and imposing.
Yes.
The times that they can't help but do a full body shot, I'm like, no. That's where I'm like,
right.
No, I don't buy it. But D'Onofrio's so good, I'm back in.
Right.
It's a balancing act. They're doing it well. It's just I'm not totally sold yet.
When of course you have to know those two are going to meet.
Of course.
The size difference though will kind of encompass that. The size difference between Kingpin and the character that's playing Daredevil is such a contrast.
Okay.
It kind of goes in that direction where he is so much larger.
Okay, I could see that. I could.
I've seen both seasons and I'm trying not to give a lot away.
Sure. No, but, I'm definitely still hanging on for sure. And I didn't get to ask this during FEC. But with the Spider-Man reboot.
Yes.
How interesting would it be? Because we've seen a lot of the Spider-Man villains
Right.
in one movie or another. How interesting would it be if the Kingpin was Spider-Man's villain? Because while he was the arch nemesis of Daredevil,
He was in Spider-Man.
he was in Spider-Man more than a few times.
I want to say he was more a villain than probably maybe Doc Ock. See, I don't know too much about Doc Ock, but he wasn't in it that much. I mean, he was a big villain, but not. I don't think as big as
He was in it. He was in it enough. Like the Kingpin was in Spider-Man enough,
Yes.
where they could justify that. And I would love to see a big screen crossover like that.
Yes, I want them to use the same actor. They have to. I mean, that's one thing that I'm mad about DC. And I know I'm flip flopping, but they did not use Green Arrow, and they did not use the Flash. Now, how dumb is that? You want people to start watching these shows?
Yeah.
You put those actors in there, and oh my god,
Especially the Flash.
Yes.
Especially the Flash, because that was sort of the one redeeming thing about BVS that I was like, oh, so they're setting up the other ones, and then they went, yeah, but they're not using the Flash from the TV show.
Now the only
and I was like, what?
Yeah.
What? Are you fucking kidding me?
Now,
that's insane.
The only way I can justify that thought process is that we have so many different universes.
Yeah.
This might be a different universe. That's the only thing, but I think it's so stupid.
It's stupid.
Yeah.
No, from a marketing standpoint, it's dumb. DC has mishandled everything so far.
Yes.
I had hope for Suicide Squad. Now I don't.
Yeah, after hearing that, doing all those scenes, I mean, I wanted to see it,
and they started doing them after Deadpool. They're not. You guys got to remember, okay? Like these reshoots that they're doing into Suicide Squad, it's not as a reaction to how poorly BVS did. It was in a reaction to how well Deadpool did, and now they're being very vocal about it because BVS did poorly, and the main criticism is that it's just no fun.
Right.
BVS is just not a fun movie, and so when most people think like, oh, they're going back and doing reshoots, they go to like the Age of Ultron scene where everyone's trying to lift Thor's hammer, right? Like a great little moment of
camaraderie and hilarity
and levity. You just it kind of like takes all of the pressure off, and that I think that's what most people think when they think of the reshoots. No. I'm telling you right now, they're going for Deadpool level. Like they probably brought in 9 or 10 comedians and to punch up the script and said, make it funny like Deadpool. And that to me says it's going to be fucked.
Yeah, it's going to be a dumpster fire. I hope it doesn't. I really don't. I like Suicide Squad. I like the story. I'm really hoping that they don't do that. I really do.
It doesn't look good for you, pal. Does not look good for you, bud. I'm sorry.
Another DC movie down the crapper.
I know. Really, all you got is Batman, don't you?
The Nolans, yeah.
Yeah.
And out of the three, there's only one that I really super like, and that's The Dark Knight. Yeah, the Heath Ledger one.
DC's kind of fucked itself.
Yep.
Oh, well.
There's always hope.
I don't think there is. Not for DC. Not for DC.
But yeah, I guess we got Marvel. I guess they'll fall back on for a comic.
Hey, Marvel's killing it until Marvel starts fucking it up, and we go, well, at least there's still X-Men. Now we're in trouble.
No, I wouldn't even count. Fox did something right with Deadpool, but on the other hand,
that was not that. Let's be clear about this. Deadpool was not Fox.
No, but
Fox has their name on Deadpool.
Right.
Deadpool was Ryan motherfucking Reynolds.
Yeah.
That's it. Ryan. There is no way that movie would have been made if Ryan Reynolds wasn't attached to it.
For that, yeah.
For 11 years, he pushed for that shit. For 11 fucking years.
And there's another Marvel that casted correctly.
Yes.
He was born to play that, just like
Yes.
Robert Downey Jr. was for Stark.
Yep. Absolutely. I totally agree. But yeah, for 11 years. That is Ryan. I'm sorry. That is not Fox's movie. That is Ryan Reynolds' baby. Fox gets no credit. They get no credit.
Now, I thought was weird was when they came out and it was rated R. Did you hear that there's another BVS version? That is
an alternate cut that's rated R. Yeah, I did hear
Why in the hell would you say that?
To first of all, to try to capitalize on the Deadpool craze.
Right, the rated R comics.
Yeah. It was a craven attempt to try to promote the movie.
The bad part about that is that everybody wants to see this now because BVS is shit.
Everyone wants to see the R-rated cut to see what they cut or what context they changed through the cut, because, and I believe, don't quote me on this, I want to say that Zack Snyder has said that like the full R-rated cut is like the definitive version. It's sort of like a Blade Runner,
right?
Maybe not as extreme as like Blade Runner or Brazil, but it's a situation like that.
Maybe I know this is a horrible thing to say. Maybe like the new Fantastic Four. I forgot what was that director's name. Oh shit!
I don't remember.
He said that the movie that came out was not his.
Yes.
So maybe this is kind of like that.
I think that this is vastly different.
Yeah.
I think that the vision for BVS mostly remained intact. The Fantastic Four movie, that sounded completely different. That actually sounded much more like the situation with Aliens 3, or Alien 3. Yeah. Alien 3 was directed by, God damn it. Oh no, David Fincher. There it is.
Yes, David Fincher.
Yes, that was one of that's a very early Fincher film, and he disavows it, and I think has had his name taken off of it because after he handed it in, the studio fucked with the editing. They fucked with everything about that movie. I feel like that the Fantastic Four is a little bit more in line with that, and that BVS is more like first of all, the R-rated thing. I don't put a whole lot of weight behind that,
right?
Because I just don't feel like there's a shitload that they cut from that movie that would have like made it rated R. You know, like that's, to me, they were like trying to capitalize on the Deadpool thing with that. But the full cut of the movie being the full vision of the film, that I believe. That I do believe, and that probably has some merit. Do I think it would make the film any better? Not an iota. It's just going to make it longer, and you're probably going to see more shit that doesn't matter.
Right. Man, I'm so disappointed.
Why are you a bigger DC fan than Marvel?
Comic book wise, yeah.
That's too bad.
Yeah,
you're in a rough spot right now.
I mean, I have probably at home more DC comics than Marvel. I have a lot of Marvel, Image, Mirage. I have a lot of those.
Sure.
But they probably all add up to how many I have in DC, because I have a ton.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's too bad, man. I feel bad for you.
Fuck your DC and fuck your Team Iron Man.
Get out of your Team Captain American.
Yeah, well.
No, it's to each their own.
Yeah.
To each their own.
I hear you.
Yeah. Well, I guess we should wrap it up. It's been a long day. Everybody's got their things to do.
It has been it's been quite a long day.
Yeah. Awesome shows, though, guys. Awesome shows.
Thank you.
Yeah. No. Thank you.
Nice job, Woody. Nice job on the post show.
I appreciate it. So, all right, you guys. I guess that's going to do it for us today. You guys can find us at limitbreakradio.com, where we have past shows, and also vote for next week's FFFL. It's the last week of the regular season. Tell you what, you guys, vote me in for the tournament. I might have to put up some goals because it's been a long road.
He's begging for wins now.
I am.
He's begging for wins.
I've actually been tweeting and everything.
Yeah.
I just want to take a second here while we wrap up to remind you guys that if you like this show, if you like what Pops and Kook do, you can support us over at patreon.com/Limit Break Radio to make this show a podcast. Listen to it anytime. Watch it on YouTube. We will make all of that available, but we need to hit a funding goal first. $3,000 is where we've put that at. We're at about $2,400 now. So if you want to see the show as a podcast, Limit Break Radio or patreon.com/Limit Break Radio.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Please, please, please. You can also follow us at Twitter at Limit Break Radio. Throw us a like on Facebook.com/Limit Break Radio. Let's see. You can find Kooky on Twitter at Kooky Persona.
That's right.
That's right. You guys, and she's got a lot of fun posts. You guys can find me. I don't have a computer right now, so I haven't been tweetering lately.
You have a phone?
Yeah, but it's hard. It's hard to put up posts on there. But I'm at Len Heath 1. You guys check out Limit Break Radio 1 o'clock every Sunday, and now FEC is weekly because of you guys at 5 o'clock, and then our post show follows both shows where we highlight a little bit and talk about the ongoing behind the scenes stuff like we tried to today. Alrighty.
You want to know my announcement from earlier?
Yes, please.
I'm engaged now.
Oh my God! Look at that!
Ending on a bombshell. Congratulations.
Wow.
Congratulations, Kooky. Congratulations. That's amazing.
Awesome.
Aww.
Now I'm glad you saved that for last. Because that would have probably put me at an odd point throughout the whole day. Through the whole show. Awesome.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, way to go. Well, on that note, you guys, we will see you next week. Take care.
See you guys next week.